Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this morning's New Zealand showcase. We are sorry we've got a little bit of a delay this morning. We had some issues with the technology that we use connecting and not actually allowing us to go live like we are now. So a bit of fun and games. In the meantime, however, we did hear that Argentina won the World Cup. So all the Argentinian fans out there, awesome. Right, let's get the show on the road. So what are these add-on showcases? Well, these are videos where it's a chance for me to dig into a couple of add-ons that help you, the business owner, to get more efficiency out of your business or to find new ways to do things in your business that save you time and money. We've got some extra audio happening. 1 minute there. I'm just going to go and kill. Very sorry. So as you can see, we've had some minor technical issues this morning. It's been one of those days. Moving on. Okay, so we're looking here today at these add-on showcases. Today we're focusing on the personal services and health industries. And we've got two fantastic add-ons joining us that bring tools and platforms that allow you to get more out of your business. We've got the guys from Timely, which will help you in your appointment scheduling and managing those time slots in your calendar. And we've got Tanda that helps you look after the staff on the floor, making sure that their time and attendance is looked after and you can pay them correctly. The way this is going to work, we've only got about 10 minutes for each one, and so it's not a big amount of time to really dig deeply into these. So I'm going to ask them a few questions about their product. We'll get them to give a little bit of a demo of how it works, and you can see how easy it is to do it. And then we get going around pricing and support and such like. Around the 9-minute mark, there's a little bit of a bell sound, just to let us know where we are on track. We'll make them, there we go, there's the bell sound. It's going to be a wonderful day, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to bring on one of the teams this morning, and it'll be Tanda. Let's go alphabetically, and I believe TA is slightly before TI in the dictionary. At least it is this morning, so we'll go with that. Let me bring Tasman from Tanda into the broadcast. Tasman, don't forget to unmute yourself. Hey, how's Brisbane this morning? Hopefully you're having a few less technical issues than I am this morning anyway.
No, Kieran, it is a very sunny day today. I'm enjoying it. How are you?
Well, I'm a little frazzled, but hey, look, I've got some Red Bull and I am carrying on, so that's cool. Hey, listen, how about we kick this thing off and you tell us a little bit about what is Tanda and why do people interested in what it is?
Yeah, so Tanda is a cloud-based time and attendance tool that basically turns payroll chaos into clockwork for businesses with shift in hourly employees. So anyone that's really got, hates paper timesheets, hates manual entry, hates kind of everything all over the place, we bring it all into one simple system.
Fantastic. So it's really about taking away the frustration and that manual time around employee payroll, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and that's one reason why we love working with MYOB, just because it's the ability to process payroll in seconds and automate your timesheet entry that really makes, I guess, our partnership really special, and especially for your users.
Yeah, and as part of my role that I really love is actually talking to customers. I've talked to a couple of restaurants who use it, and the time saving from a few hours down to a few minutes of getting that important data into account, right, so you can actually run the payroll. It's fantastic. Listen, what's a typical customer look like for you? Is there a certain size where Tanda makes sense, and what is that like?
Yeah, so you can really drill into like data and analytics when you have 20 plus staff, but it's really anywhere that you have a concentrated amount of shift in hourly employees. So, and we touch every facet of the business, right down to your employees, to your managers, to your payroll, to your HR. So especially so we do a lot of medical center users, surgeries, dental clinics, you name it. If you want to organize your time and track time, that's where we can help.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, listen, so we've talked about how easy it is to use in bits and pieces. How about you put it up on screen and just show us how simple it is to get that information?
Yeah, okay, I'll bring it in now.
Just while Tasman's doing that, one of the great things about Tanda is that they have this really cool little time clock system that allows people to actually click in or to check in to work with a photo. and we know of a number of customers who are actually using that as a bit of a gimmick, really, with their staff to run who can take the wackiest photo when they check in every month, sort of thing. So it's bringing a bit of fun to that whole check-in process for staff as well.
Fantastic. Is that up for you now, Kieran, or can you just see yourself?
Chaos and Clockwork. I can see your website there.
Fantastic. So that is our motto: chaos into clockwork. So taking all of that, the paper timesheets, the data that you don't want to deal with, and putting it into one simple system that it's a pleasure to keep track of staff hours. So I'll really just drive straight into it. So as soon as you import, like it's an automatic import from MYOB, and we can just extract all of that staff data. So here we can just see your My Team page, and this is where you have all of your staff, and a specific ID which we use to export and integrate with MYOB, the passcode that they're issued, and this is what you use for an employee to clock in and clock out. But you can also develop cost centers around departments, make managers, your tags, so whether people have different roles in the business or they're on different pay rates as well. And this is particularly useful when we get to rosters. Obviously, the first thing you do after you import staff is you create a roster for the week. And your roster is it's not just to tell staff when and where they're working, but it's also to create a budget, so you know exactly how much you're spending. And this is just an average roster that I've put together. And this is where you can schedule staff for every day of the week. You can color code tags. Really, it's a bit like creating art out of your roster. And then all you need to do, as soon as you've finished it and costed it, is send it out by email and SMS. Did you want to see the timesheets now, Kieran, as well?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Fantastic. Okay, so you were talking before about the time clock as well. So that's something that you can we help set up very easily, and you can actually get and this is where the real cost savings come, is when you can get your staff to clock in and clock out of work in real time. So it's really around timesheet accuracy and attendance. So here is just a dashboard. So the greens are this is just demo data, but the green's where people would have clocked into work. And that time is automatically captured, and it's pushed to an online timesheet. So you don't need to fill anything out. You don't need to cross-check anything. You know it's verified. A photo is taken to ensure that it's the right person. And it's simply, it comes through like this. So we now have timesheets for all of your employees, and you can go into the timesheets and edit the times if you wish. But it's as simple as soon as all those shifts have been approved, you can just simply export it through to MYOB. Now the beautiful thing about that is not only have you just line your entire payroll process, but you can also classify different pay rates if you need to. So whether weekend rates or overtime or anything like that's included. So you really have time clock, you're eliminating paper and manual data entry, but you're actually you're really driving into your edge reporting and cost processes of your business. So that pretty much sums us up. Is there anything else you wanted to?
So you also do roster alerts and things too, don't you? So SMS alerts and things to the staff. Yeah. So great question. So we do a lot of alerts and kind of just really nifty tools to keep you on track of your business wherever you might be. So you can SMS staff if they're late to work, if they're about to start going over a certain length of their shift. You can SMS people if, say, we have some users who people need to turn the pumps on to process food at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the manager needs to know that it's turned on at 3 o'clock in the morning so they can do work for the day. So that he gets a handy SMS, so he knows that he doesn't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go turn the pumps on. So lots of different ways
really,
for saving time for the business owner and making life easier for the staff, right?
One particular one is a single schedule of timesheets. And so what that basically means is you have your rosters, which is your budgets, but you can actually compare in real time to what your actuals are, which is what you basically clock in and clock out from the time clock. And you can immediately see per shift, per day, whether you're above or below. So really the variance reporting and exception reporting that's important to your business.
So we've talked about making that life easier and finding that information. Of course, one of the other areas of businesses these days is they're very cash flow aware. What sort of cost does Tanda add to a business?
Yep, so great question, Kieran. So we know that you have to keep it simple and it has to really align with the interests of the business and as it scales as well. So we just charge a simple $2 per employee per week. And with that, you get a free time clock to clock in and clock out. And that's hardware that usually costs in the thousands. But we're also, for a special offer for New Zealand, we're also offering an extra 3 months trial. So that in total is 2 months free that we're giving away. And that's really, I think, enough time to kind of say, well, is this system going to save me time and money? And if so, then we would hope that you continue to use it.
And what is that? Little device that allows me to do the clocking in and out cost? Is that extra or is it included?
No, so that's included. So the time clock, which is actually the device that you use to clock in and clock out, is something that we help you get set up with. And that really is what drives into the cost of your business, because you can get the real-time attendance, not just what you've budgeted or what you think. It's the real attendance of when your staff are coming and leaving work.
Exactly. No, that's cool. Hey, listen, we're almost out of time. There's just one other question that a lot of people do ask us, and it's an important one, is around support and training and getting up to speed and that sort of thing. So what sort of support and services does Tanda have for people as they come on board and then as things go not quite as planned?
Yeah, so that's another great question, Kieran. I mean, we know there's no point building a great system if no one's going to use it. So we offer phone support, New Zealand hotline. We have a chat system that you can, at any time, whether you're using the system, you pop up and talk to one of us. And we're always just an email away. But we know if you need support, we have to be there, because that's how that separates a good system from a great system.
Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. All right, well, thank you for joining us this morning. One other little note on that, Tasman mentioned the little chat system on their website. We're actually trialing that right now on our website as well, in the sense that when you're on the add-on site looking at Tanda, right at the bottom of their add-on page is that same chat window that allows you to talk directly to Tasman, to Jake, or to Josh, and Alex and the rest of the team up there at Tanda. Now, one thing I didn't mention at the start of the video, with my brain a little bit all askew, was below this video are links to the websites for both of these add-ons. So as they mention their pricing, as they mention their free trials and things like that, do head off to their websites and go and find out more about those bits and pieces. Let them know you found them here, and they've got those offers there for you. So that information is all directly below the video here. So that was Tanda, a really great product for looking after your staff. Now, we're going to change tack slightly now and have a chat to Andrew from Timely, a great Kiwi company who are building out appointment scheduling. Andrew, I believe, is joining us from Wellington this morning. So let me just do a little bit of magic here and bring Andrew into the broadcast. So hopefully Andrew can join us there now. Andrew, are you there?
Hi, Kieran. How's it going?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good.
Now that we've got the ball rolling, it's getting better.
Yep. I wouldn't be one of these without a few snacks to begin with.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, listen, so, we've talked about Timely being an appointment scheduling type app, and I mean, that's a bit of a broad term. So how about you tell us in your terms, what is Timely?
Yeah, sure. So Timely is a cloud-based appointment system for any business that needs to schedule their customers with their staff. So typical customers of ours include salons, therapists, chiropractors, gardeners, plumbers, music teachers, and that sort of thing. We also have quite a lot of accountants and business professionals using the system in their own practice as well. Right now we're in about 40 countries, so pretty good coverage around the world.
That's doing fantastic. And it's a great story to hear and see in the paper and things as you grow. Listen, I know from talking to you and from a number of your customers, a lot of them came from the old paper diaries or paper or books of some sort of thing.
Yep.
Is that a typical customer? Is that the sort of typical customer coming in? What does a customer look like for Timely today?
Yeah, there are a lot that come from just a paper book or a diary. They tend to be solo operators, and quite often there'll be a backstory behind that as well, where that book's gone missing or damaged, and they've kind of lost everything. So with Timely, everything is securely backed up in the cloud. You can get to your appointments and your customer database from any device, so desktop, iPad, iPhone, and obviously anywhere in the world as well. Plus, it also does the SMS and email reminders. Those are all automated, online bookings for customers, invoicing and reporting.
So you mentioned, reminders and invoicing and those sort of bits and pieces. If you were to really highlight one key area of the business, what we would call a pain point, something that a business is frustrated with or wrestling with, something that Timely really improves, what is that? What is that key area?
Yeah, I think if I had to put it down to one thing, it's really just about providing time savings. And that sort of comes back to why we called it sort of Timely in the first place. So just as a few examples, adding customers into the calendar, really quick and easy. You can do that on the road from our mobile app. SMS and email reminders, they're fully automated. You don't have to do those by hand, so time savings there. Invoicing is integrated into the appointment flow as well. And obviously on that mention, it also works with MYOB. There's also an online booking plugin, so that customers can book themselves directly into the calendar without even contacting the business. So it's all those sort of things that just provide a lot of time savings.
Exactly. That online booking one's a really interesting one. I mean, I've been dealing with the Timely guys for a little while, even my last role before MIB, and that piece of being able to allow people to book an appointment from wherever they are is really, really powerful, and I know it's one of the key things that people love about the product. Andrew, look, we've talked a little bit. How about you pop it up on screen and just show us how easy is it to manage these appointments and share a bit of data back and forth with accounting platforms?
Yeah, no worries. So I'll just switch to over here now. So hopefully you're seeing my screen there.
Yep, can see the dashboard there.
Yep, so when you log in, this is what you see. It gives you a kind of an overview of how the business is going in terms of the sales over the last period of time and what's coming up. If I switch over to the calendar, though, that's really the guts of the system. And it kind of works just like you'd expect a calendar to work. You can move things around. There's penciled-in bookings that you can confirm. When you do that, it sends out notifications. There is busy time to block out, things that might not be appointments, but meetings with accountants or lunch. It also supports multiple locations and multiple staff. And so, to give you some idea, we have customers from one staff member up to about 35 across multiple locations. Switching it through, if I click on an appointment like this one, for example, I can raise an invoice for it very quickly, add on any other products that might be sold with that, and away you go. And at that point there, it would also integrate with MYOB if that integration was in place too. So clicking into it.
From memory, that would just automatically sync at about 11 p.m. at night, correctly?
Yeah, so you can set it up to sync, whenever you like, really. If I click an appointment on the calendar, I can see here, in this case, that there are actually 2 services related to it. So that's something that we do that not a lot of other systems do, which is being able to handle, multiple services as well, which a lot of health and beauty type places do. So you can very quickly just keep adding things onto there. Flicking through to some of the other areas, we don't just organise the bookings in the business, but we also want to bring new business in as well. And there are a few things that we do to enable that. One is you can drop a booking button on your website. And if you imagine that the website, the customer's website sitting behind here, and this just opens over the top. And now as a customer, I'm actually making a booking directly with this business.
Very powerful.
We also have a Facebook plugin. So you can see here on this Facebook page that when you turn this on, the Book Now button appears on their Facebook page. And that's really powerful as well for a lot of our businesses that are big users of Facebook. if you're a solo operator, maybe you're just starting out, we also provide a out-of-the-box website. This is really intended just for, just a quick and easy website that you can hook your own domain name up to,
Nice.
and away it goes.
Excellent, excellent.
So I mentioned, sorry,
go for it.
I mentioned SMS and email reminders, and that's all accessible here through the Messages tab. We also do two-way confirmation. So if you want, you can turn on two-way confirmation, which means that customers have to reply, with a letter Y or something like that to confirm an appointment.
Nice, nice. So you're showing us this here in a browser mode, and in particular that calendar you've got up on the screen there now. What about for those who might not have a computer at the front of counter? Can they use an iPad or a Windows tablet or something?
Yep. So the system's been designed to work really well on an iPad, and we have lots of our customers who have that set up at the point of sale. And it works brilliantly. We also have a version for iPhones and Android phones and that kind of thing, which is a cut down version of the app, but allows you to access everything from the road as well.
Excellent, excellent. So look, there we go. It's a really fantastic product there as well. So as we move through time, how about you have a chat to us about the pricing model for Timely?
Yeah, sure. So pricing is, we like to keep it very simple. $19 is our start price for one staff member, and it scales up there depending on the number of staff that you have. So for example, if you have between 2 and 10 staff, then it's $39 a month. The SMS messages are purchased in packs. So the cheapest we have is 9.5 cents per message, which is a very competitive price for text messages as well.
Excellent, excellent. So you also heard me talk to Tasman about the other big question we get from people is the support. What have you got in the way of support and then training for people as they come on board?
Yep, so we like to think that support is one of our real big differentiators. We've got a full support team, and we aim for super quick turnarounds, and we put one of our things is to actually put effort into answering the question and not just provide a canned reply that kind of just misses the whole question altogether. We also have phone support and a live website chat support as well, which is quite popular. So we have email, phone, and live website chat support. So 3 different ways to get in touch with us.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
Well, there we go, folks. We've got 2 great add-ons that can really make an impact in your business. And as I mentioned, we've talked to a number of the customers who are using these products in their business and seeing those real time savings, the real financial savings to their businesses. As I mentioned before, both the guys have got links below this video, so go through to their website. We will be sending an email out in a day or two following up from this with more information about the offers and direct contact information for both Timely and Tanda. I'd encourage you to get to their websites, try out their trials, use them in your business and see how it works, see the changes that can happen for you. We apologize for having a few technical hiccups this morning. It's been one of those sort of days, but we'll learn from that for next time. Thanks for putting up with those sort of things. We do hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned something from it, and we'll see you on the next one. Alrighty, au revoir.